If you owe $5,000 on a credit card and you only ever pay the minimum payment every single month, how long do you think it actually takes to pay that off? A year? 2 years? Maybe 5? This visualization shows the real answer. It takes 28 years. Over that time, you will have paid more than double what you originally borrowed, stacking over $7,000 in interest alone on top of the original $5,000. Credit card companies calculate the minimum payment to prioritize their own interest income. It is a debt maintenance plan that keeps the account active and profitable for the bank while doing almost nothing to actually reduce your principal balance. Over the next 5 minutes, we are going to build a custom step-by-step system to break that math. We will cut decades off your debt timeline and keep thousands of dollars in your pocket instead of the bank's. To start, pull up your latest credit card statement right now, either the paper copy or log into the app. Breaking the illusion of the safe minimum payment requires facing your own baseline numbers. Step 1 is locating this specific section on your statement. By law, banks are required to show you a minimum payment warning box. Look at the numbers inside it. This tells you exactly how many years it will take to reach zero and exactly how much total interest you will pay if you keep making that minimum payment and do not change your behavior. Here's the mechanical trap driving those numbers. Your minimum payment is usually a percentage of your total balance. As your balance slowly creeps down, your required payment shrinks along with it. It is like trying to bail out a sinking boat using a bucket that gets smaller every time you use it. Step 2 fixes this. We call it the plus up. You need to commit to paying a specific fixed dollar amount over the minimum, even if it is just $50 extra. This chart breaks down the math on our earlier example. On the left, we have our baseline, a $5,000 balance at a 22% interest rate. Paying the roughly $100 minimum takes 28 years to clear. Now watch the right side as we apply the plus up. By paying $150 a month instead of $100, the timeline drops to just 4 years. Your total interest paid drops from over $7,000 down to about $2,000. Decide what your plus-up amount is right now and write down your new non-negotiable monthly payment number. Adding a fixed $50 overrides the percentage math. It eliminates the psychological anchor of the bank's suggested minimum and shifts control of the timeline completely back to you. Step 3 applies if you're juggling more than one credit card. You need a prioritization strategy. This visual shows the avalanche method. We organize your debts from highest interest rate down to the lowest. You target the card at the top first, because mathematically, eliminating your most expensive debt saves you the most money. If we reshuffle the list, we get the snowball method. Now we sort by balance size, putting the smallest debt at the top, ignoring the interest rates. The goal here is to create fast psychological wins by completely clearing a card out quickly. The execution is identical for both. You pay only the exact minimums on every secondary card, and you throw your entire plus-up amount at your single target card until the balance hits zero. Then you roll that whole payment onto the next card on the list. Mathematically, the avalanche is perfect. Practically, I recommend the snowball method. If paying off a small balance gives you the momentum to stick to the plan for 3 years, that beats an avalanche plan you abandon after 2 months because you felt like you weren't making progress. Step 4 is attacking the interest rate itself, stopping the bank from eating your plus-up payment. Call the number on the back of your card and read this exact script. It takes 5 minutes. If you have a decent payment history, issuers will frequently lower your rate a few points just to keep you from moving your balance to a competitor. You can also look into a balance transfer card, which lets you move your debt over for a 0% introductory rate. Just factor in the standard transfer fee, which usually costs 3 to 5% of your total balance. If you do a balance transfer, you have to watch out for the relapse trap. You cannot leave the old empty card in your wallet and start using it again. Racking up new charges while paying down the transferred balance is how people end up with twice the debt they started with. Finally, step 5. Establish a starter emergency fund of $500 alongside your debt payoff plan. Living without a cash buffer makes every emergency a potential debt event. When a car repair or medical bill arrives, the credit card often becomes the only available solution, immediately triggering new interest charges. This $500 cash buffer is your firewall. It ensures that a simple flat tire doesn't wipe out your payoff momentum and force you right back into the minimum payment trap. Look at where your plan stands now. You are no longer anchored by the bank's suggested minimum. You have a fixed, targeted payment method, and you have a cash buffer protecting your progress. Do not wait until tomorrow. Pick exactly one step from this plan and execute it today. Log into your app and increase your auto pay by $50, or make that 5-minute phone call to negotiate your rate. The minimum payment printed on your statement is carefully calibrated to be profitable for the bank. Following this system is how you make the responsible choice for your own future. If this breakdown helped you see your statements differently, subscribe to the channel. Then drop a comment below telling me which payoff strategy you're choosing, the snowball or the avalanche. Making that public declaration is the first psychological step toward executing your plan. I'll see you in the next one.